My family has tested over 120 natural mineral sunscreens. This is just a few of the ones we have left after over 10 years of testing. Now, here's the thing. Katie Kimball here from Kitchen Stewardship, and I have to tell you that there is a right way and a not so great way to put on mineral-based sunscreen. Okay, let's talk about this. We're gonna call it the Dabba Dabba method. I lend out my sunscreen all the time and I tell people, don't just put a bunch in your hand and slap it on. It's not gonna rub in well. You gotta dabba dabba. They rarely listen. So let's talk about this. Dabba dabba means you're gonna put little dots right up your arm and then rub in those little dots until they bump into each other. That's Raw Elements, a tin. Beauty Counter is one that I didn't used to like, but they've gotten better. Let's see how it's doing after the winter. Oh, here we go. So the Dabba Dabba with the tube is gonna look like this, you know? Little dots, because then you gotta rub in those little dots together. See, that goes in pretty clear. What else we got here? Kokua is a definite favorite. Raw Love is down there. May Love is down there. Lots of love going on. They're really good. Kokua has a ton of antioxidants, grown in Hawaii where this was formulated. And it's a beautiful one. One of our definite faves. See? Dabba dabba. See how pretty that is? It's like frosting a cake. And then you take those little dots and you rub them together, because what's the risk with zinc-based sunscreen? That you're gonna look like Casper the Friendly Ghost or an alabaster statue with the white sheen, okay? So you don't put it on as thickly or like especially like all in one spot. One sunscreen is different, and that is Third Rock. Old? No, we've been using these forever. Third Rock has become literally one of our family's favorites. It is very, very different. It has a chelated zinc in it, and that one you warm up in your hands first, like that, and then you just put it on, and it takes probably maybe twice the rubbing of conventional sunscreen, but it disappears really, really nicely. So I would say Third Rock, it's a different consistency. It's a little bit stringier. So that freaks people out sometimes, but technically, because you just put it in your hands and kind of rub it together, it's almost a little bit closer to the way you would apply conventional sunscreen than most of the others, which need a Dabba Dabba. And then of course, it's got to be mentioned that there's tons of tinted, right? Tinted in a tube like Cott's. Raw Elements has tinted in a tin or a stick. Earth Mama has tinted in a stick. And so that one you would just put on your face. But I still like to sponge paint it, right? Like, don't use a stick on your whole body. This is too thin. But on your face, you can just kind of sponge paint it on and then rub it in, and it works really, really well. I don't think it takes much more time than conventional sunscreen, unless you're talking the sprays, which are just horrible for the environment, and horrible for our bodies, and horrible for our lungs. Don't use the sprays. I know they're convenient, but so is a lot of our food that is killing us. Don't go for convenience, okay? Good protection, zinc-based sunscreen. It's awesome stuff, but you've got to know how to put it on. Do the Dabba Dabba, okay? Dabba Dabba with me, Katie Kimball from Kitchen Stewardship, and you will be protected from the sun and protected from, you know, toxic chemicals.